The moment I fell into the fissure, the book would not be destroyed as I had planned. It continued falling into that starry expanse of which I had only a fleeting glimpse. I've tried to speculate where it might have landed, but I must admit that such conjecture is futile. Still, questions about whose hands might one day hold my Myst book are unsettling to me. I know my apprehensions might never be allayed, and so I close, realizing that perhaps the ending has not yet been written.
Hello, you legendary people, and welcome to a new game. Well, it's an old game, but it's the new version of it, I guess, called Myst. I have played this a long time ago, but I don't remember much. Pretty! So I think this is a puzzle adventure type thing, but the idea is that there's different worlds written within a book and you can jump between them or something. That's about as much as I remember. But it is a cool game from what I remember. Looks good. Love it. And boop. Aha! I booped it and it did a thing. Boop. Oh no, I'm locked in. Alright, so let's explore, I guess. What are you? What now? What are you? Settings. Dimensional imager. Topographic extrusion test. Marker switch or a water turbulent pool. Can I beep you? I can. 67. Alright. What else? Somehow I don't think this is complete yet. I think I might be jumping the gun a little bit coming down here. Alright, let's come back to this. I'm sort of feeling like this is either a next level thing or a home base type of a thing. Escape button on your keyboard to open the menu. Okay, thanks game. Actually, can I save it? It's probably a good idea. Purple Ghost Dragon, hello! Yes, that one. Sure, whatever. It. I can't seem to fall in the water, so that's probably a good thing. Nope, definitely can't go in the water. Beep. Well then. Lots of things to explore, but I'm just gonna go up here and boop this. Alright. I did that. Is there anything over here to boop? Can I jump? I can't jump. I can take a photo. Okie dokie, puzzles. Beep. That seems to do nothing. Can I get in here? I can. Alright, what do we got? Okay. Sure. Feel like I need more information for that. Aha. What? Oh, okay. Okay, so that's on the dimension books. I don't think I want to go there yet, although I did add a page to it. However that works. What are you? Do I need to take a photo of you too? Sure. Emmett was the first to live on the rocks. He named them the rocks because that is what they were, a group of sharp rocks clustered together in the middle of the large sea. This was where Emmett lived. He enjoyed his life. Emmett would occasionally swim to nearby rocks and was never too far off in the Emmett would occasionally swim to nearby rocks as it was never too far off a distance. One day, another person appeared on the rocks for no apparent reason. To Emmett named this new person Branch. Emmett and Branch quickly became friends, swimming and hunting for fish together often. Emmett showed Branch the simple cave in which he lived in the largest rock. Soon Branch discovered a place where he decided to live, also on the same large rock. The sun always shone brightly in their world, and the water was always dazzlingly clear, allowing them to see most of the deep ocean floor which surrounded them. Though the sun always shone, it was never too hot for the boys. A light breeze always came from the north and cooled the area down. One day, while Branch was swimming and having fun in the water, he noticed another boy swimming. Branch brought the new boy to Emmett to find out what to call the new boy. Emmett and the boy said that he would be called Will. Will was soon part of the group, and all three of the boys swam and enjoyed the perfect world. At least that's the story I was told when I arrived today. The island, Emmett, Branch, Will was surprised to see me at first, but even before the night ended, we were all becoming good friends. Today, the second day, this newly created age, a strange thing happened. It was not strange to me, but the three boys did not understand what was happening. While I was relaxing under a large tree on one of the smaller rock islands, it began to rain. It was a nice rain that lasted for about an hour in the morning. I explained to the boys that rain was not harmful, yet they obviously still feared it. Before going to sleep, I told the boys I would leave the following day. I told them that while I was gone, I would make a surprising change to their world. They didn't understand, not that I expected them to. I still do not fully understand what happened today. I was experimenting with art, testing the limits of rules as dictated to me by Father. I attempted to create a boat by riding it into the world. I thought everything was planned correctly, yet somehow the boat had become gripped by the rock and broken in half. Although this test did not turn out as I hoped, I have answers for a few of the questions my father never answered. As for the boat, I can see the boys enjoying it anyway, and with that I was pleased. They have played on it all day. Even though the boat cannot move, I have enjoyed studying from it. It is a much sturdier platform than the jagged rocks. In the course of my observations, I have learned some very interesting things regarding the solar system of this age. The nights are absolutely beautiful here. I have made a note and have named a number of my constellations that pass above me. Also during the night, I catch glimmers of light from a horizon which I have not yet been able to discover if it is created by some natural phenomenon or by an additional people of far-off lands or rocks. I should very much like to discover which. I rather suspect it is additional people, which would explain the beginning of the appearance of Branch and Will. The rain today was slightly heavier than usual. Just when the boys were getting used to the rain, a small storm arrived. They were frightened of the heavier rain, not to mention the thunder and lightning. If rain has never fallen here until recently, as the boys tell me, I would like to discover why it is falling now. Regardless, I have decided to return home for a short while. I have also been thinking of some plans for the lighthouse that I hope to construct soon. I think that perhaps by shining a bright light toward the horizon, it might prove my suspicions regarding additional inhabitants. They would be curious about the light and travel to discover its source, if they had the means. I returned with the tools that I will need for construction of the lighthouse. I have decided that once the lighthouse is completed, I will leave for some time and let the world's own imagination have control. We have worked 3 weeks on the lighthouse now and are making great progress. The rock that we have been building on seems to not be as secure as I would have liked. I have had to alter my plan slightly, but those alterations pose no real problem. They put a light on top. Brilliant. The boys are quite strong and have been helping me immensely. I estimate construction will be done within 2 days. The lighthouse is finished and we are all proud of our creation. The boys are amazed at the structure wrought from the rock with their own hands. That evening we powered up the generator, which the boys dread at first, and shined a great light into the horizon for many hours. I stayed the night atop the lighthouse, and the morning awoke to observe the sunrise without my beloved coat with the chilling blanket of the ocean dew I had become accustomed to. It was Will who first saw the girl. She was swimming not far from the boat where Will was getting ready to hunt for fish. Then Will noticed a man not far from the girl. Emmett was very pleased to meet the additional neighbours. I feel pleased to leave this age. I have set in motion events that have nothing to do with writing or the art that will have a more profound impact on this world than I could ever have written. I think. Stone Ship Age, Bird's Eye View. So, is that where I am now, or is this a different place? This is a different place, isn't it? Anyway, cool. I think of it this age as a gift to myself that I will wrap up and open someday in the future, only to discover that it has changed so much that indeed it is a surprise. Besides, I have yet another new age that awaits me. It seems I am going to need some way to travel underwater in this new age, and so much planning is in order. It has been 10 years since I left this age, which I have since called the Stone Ship Age. Upon returning, I cannot believe the changes that have taken place. The original 3 boys have grown into adults, and there are many new faces that I do not recognize. Branch told me that it has not rained for 7 years, and the cool breezes are back. They are all very content and have been serving me with new foods and showing me new materials that they have discovered. It even seems that they have found gold somewhere. I had seen it in many forms on the island. My lighthouse has been kept in perfect condition, and it looks as if they have tried their very best to keep it so. Yet I have noticed that the entire rock it was built on has sunk approximately 40 or 50 centimeters. After a wonderful visit with my old friends, I wonder aloud with them what happens what things will be like here in another 10 years. Constellations, we have the anchor, the eye, a snake, a beetle, sure, a cross thing, arrow, a bird, and a leaf. Okay, so that'll be important at some stage. What are you? I have called this age Channelwood, and it is a very different world, though it is exactly how I imagined it. It is still amazing to see it with my own eyes. Water covers this age as far as I can see, except for a small rocky island. Elsewhere, there are only trees which grow directly out of the water. A myriad of thin wooden passageways are built just above the water and disappear into the forest. I assume they are built some time ago, for they appear aged. I am eager to discover more about this land and its people, but I have arrived here late, and I must rest. I was awakened this morning by strange noises coming from a pathway adjacent to the one which I had slept. I saw a group of monkey-like people heading in my direction. They had not seen me yet. I did not feel threatened by their presence. Their response to me was one that I would have never expected. After staring at me for a short time, they fell to their knees and began what appeared to be some kind of ceremonial worship. I tried to speak to them, but they did not understand my language. Instead, they indicated through enthusiastic hand motions that I was to follow them. As we walked, I began to notice that the waters below were changing colours. Slowly, subtly, they would change from a deep blue to a muddy orange, then the muddy orange to a beautifully clear. I was so intrigued by the water I hardly noticed that we had arrived at a ladder. Climbing the ladder led us to a village which was about 10 metres above the water and can only be reached by rope ladders that stretched from the lower paths to the village level, approximately halfway up the grand trees. It is very interesting watching these people carry out their daily tasks. Even after watching them for hours, I did not understand exactly what they were doing. At sunset, they motioned for me to follow them. I followed the creatures to the doorway of an enormous hut. Strangely, once inside, I found that the hut appeared even larger than it had from the outside. The walls had been garnished with bright materials, and at the centre of the hut sat the leader of these people. At least he appeared to be their leader, for he sat a metre off the floor in a thick throne. Guards surrounded the strong creature, who was dressed in many exotic, colourful fabrics. Next to the leader sat a very old human. At least to some extent he appears human. His hair, which was only on his face and head, was completely grey, almost white, and hung very long around his frail body. His thin head hung limply by an almost grotesque neck that could not hold its head up to look at me. But what a surprise! This creature could speak my language. Shortly thereafter I was given a bed with some hand motions that looked like it was telling me to sleep. I look forward to learning more. As I suspected, the ancient creature is human, but he is old beyond his own reckoning, and he seems almost insane. However, the tree dwellers almost revere him as a god. They are treating me now like the same fashion, which makes me feel very uncomfortable. It is almost impossible to understand this old man. His voice is feeble but wild. He has adopted much of the language of the tree dwellers. He himself told me that he had not spoken our tongue in ages. He attempted to explain to me the history of this place. Following is my best translation of what he has told me. Many years ago, humans and tree dwellers lived together in this place, which was then a vast island. They interacted very little. The humans dwelt on the ground, but the tree dwellers lived high above the humans. Occasionally, the island was disturbed by mysterious rumblings which happened randomly. Some sort of tectonic or volcanic action, I suspect. The sometimes slight, sometimes heavy tremors would only last a short time. Then they would stop, allowing everything to return to normal. One day, things changed. The rumbling began and grew quickly. Two unprecedented levels. Soon it became apparent that the entire island was sinking slowly into the ocean and around them. Many of the humans died that day, but not before sacrificing themselves in order to stop the sinking of the island. The humans who lived through the catastrophe moved into the trees where they gradually died out, maybe because they were unequipped for such an environment, but I am not sure. This is the story of the old man communicated to me, although many details are very unclear in my mind. I am especially confused as to how the humans saved the island from completely sinking. In fact, I doubt the accuracy of that part of the story. The island must have stopped on its own, yet the old man believes in the truth of the story as if he had been there. And the tree dwellers worship him, and apparently all humans, as if they were heroes or gods. The old man ended our conversation today with an event which I will never forget. He began gripping his hands tightly, murmuring something about rest and sleep. He then said, "We have expected you to come sooner." These actions filled me with a sort of immediate dread, These actions filled me with a sort of immediate dread. With much effort he stood to his feet. I tried to help, but he pushed me away with more force than I imagined his frail body contained. The tree dwellers quietly surrounded him with very solemn faces. Then they kneeled before him. He walked to each, placed his hand on their heads. All the while he murmured words which I did not understand. Finally he turned to me and smiled. Then he closed his eyes, walked out of the door, and off the narrow path, high into the trees. The tree dwellers were silent. They began a procession down the nearest rope ladder. As I was descending, I saw several of them pick up a body. He had fallen onto a lower level of the walkway and carry it away. He was laid down at the dead end of a short pier-like structure. With the use of some portion of the tree creatures lit the pier on fire, and I watched the flames engulf him. As this strange funeral proceeded, the waters around the pier changed to a dull green. This morning I awoke, finding it hard to even believe the previous evening's events. The water was a dull green for as far as I can see now. For some reason, the water no longer shifts colour. As I walk throughout the pathways, the creatures watch me, curious to see what I will do next. They are constantly offering me strange objects of affection. I even found food outside the doorway of the room in which I had slept. This is a unique race of beings. I hope to learn their language soon, so that I may learn more from them. I have lived on this world for 3 months off and on. The tree dwellers have shown great hospitality. I am even beginning to learn bits of their language. I have decided to return home for an extended stay with my loving wife and sons, and hopefully return with them. However, I am sure Catherine will once again refuse. I think this age would be a wonderful experience for them all. And I at least look forward to how Sirius and Akanar will react to its curious inhabitants. Catherine is staying behind, as expected. My sons have returned with me, and they are enjoying this age very much. They get along well with the tree dwellers, and are picking up their language surprisingly fast. I have no doubt that it will not be too long until they can speak with the tree dwellers much better than myself. I am leaving tomorrow to check on the Osmonian age. Sirius has suggested that I allow him and his brother to stay. The thought unsettles me. I know the boys are growing up rapidly. The hostility of these creatures is such that I could think of no better place to leave them alone for a short while. So I will consent to their request. I warned the boys not to take advantage of the respect the tree dwellers have for their ideas. They seem to understand my warning, and I have faith that they will follow it. Much to my dismay, upon arriving in Everdunes, I learned that Pran and her people are continuing to be menaced by the Choktikt. I fear their survival and plan on return to her shortly. I fear for their survival and plan to return to her shortly. After checking on Cirrus and Akana, here. See Everdune's journal for more information. After watching Cirrus and Archer, I see they are handling things very well, and I think I can put to rest my fears about leaving them on Channelwood again. And for a little longer time. The tree dwellers seem slightly distressed that I am leaving, but are happy that Sirius and Akana are staying behind. I have been gone for over 3 days, and I have been to many different places. I had to tell Sirius and Akana about Pran's death today. They were visibly shaken, although they only remembered her from their childhood. Catherine has suggested that it would be wise for Sirius and Akana to leave Channelwood for a while, and I have to agree. They will be returning with me when I leave again. I have told my sons that they will be returning with me in 2 days. They spent the entire night telling me of an adventure they experienced in my absence, and it was rather remarkable. It seems they have constructed a boat with the creatures and travelled some ways out into the surrounding waters. I enjoyed hearing them talk excitedly of their adventures, and am reminded of my own adventures as a child. I finally understand why the tree dwellers have been giving me their inks and listening and insisting I write them. Looking throughout some of the past entries, I see now that the inks have changed from the black I thought they were to various different colours. I have shown some of the creatures my journal, and they laughed and howled. I did not know they had such a sense of humour. Even now, as I look through the very colourful journal, I cannot help but laugh myself. We will be returning tomorrow, so my sons are with the creatures of the last night here. They have told me that they would like to come to Channelwood again, and also asked if they could visit some other ages alone. Though I will have to think over their request, I believe they have proven to me that they are trustworthy and responsible. Catherine will also have to help me to decide whether they are ready for travel alone. For now, I must give my farewells to the creatures, for I do not know how long it will be until I visit this age again. Future bridge. Interesting. Okay, so that's it for this. Yes. Looks like we have 3 more. It's a lot of reading, but this game is all about the world building, I think. It has been a while since I have heard only silence, and I enjoy it greatly. I think for some reason, I do not feel altogether welcome in this new world, but as much as in which I have arrived. But how can I be unwelcome in an age with no inhabitants? It is, of course, only in my head. The world is very beautiful, but I think I have yet to ever write in a journal that an age I have linked to is horrid or disgusting. From the grassy hill where I am standing, I can see green fields below, with a long few scattered... I can see green fields below, along with a few scattered forests. A rather large lake looms some distance from where I am standing, yet the water's blue can be seen plainly from here. The air is fresh, and the sky is sparkled with white clouds. It is absolutely breathtaking, and yet that strange feeling again. Perhaps it is the hot breeze that continues to blow in from the north, hotter than I would have imagined. It almost singes my skin. I feel quite uncomfortable when it comes. I would try to ignore it. Night has almost arrived, and sunset is spectacular. Oranges and reds have settled above the western horizon. Though night has come, the horizon still glows red long past the sunset. Dark reds flow from the horizon and blend into the black sky. Again that feeling. I am beginning to believe it is not all in my mind. I must sleep now. I will need my strength to explore more tomorrow. I have had to return home due to an unprecedented natural occurrence more frightening than I have ever experienced. I was awakened by terrible shakings in the ground and explosions on all sides of me. Gigantic balls of fire were falling from the sky, and I immediately felt in fear of my life. I must remember to bring a Myst linking book with me when I return in case the one left here has been destroyed or damaged. I have returned to a different world than the one I left only 3 months ago. It has been transformed into a barren desert land, with only gigantic craters scattered across the land to provide variety. Strangely enough, the small grassy hill where I spent my first night remains exactly the way I found it. Apparently the falling meteors did not hit this area, leaving an oasis in the midst of the horrible desolation. The hot wind, I remember, has turned into a rather unpleasant breeze, which is at least one improvement. I fear it is the only improvement. The magnificent lake I saw on my first visit is now completely dried up. However, another lake now exists and appears to be quite a bit larger. I assume one of the falling meteors created this lake due to its circular shape, and the jutting rock that grows out of the center of the lake. The rest of the world seems like a desert, although I will verify that statement with closer inspection. Although this world has had little visual excitement to offer, it offers much to the ears. Sounds constantly flow through my ears, and I have found where a few of them originate. It seems, as Catherine said, I do find beauty in everything. Last night I was awakened by a horrible hissing. I was sweating in the heat so intense that I immediately dipped my head in a nearby stream to cool down. The hot breezes had returned, along with a low roar from the ground. I walked a short distance to observe some of the red flames shooting up from the earth. Suddenly the ground began to crack and a huge chasm opened. The chasm continued to grow until it was far too wide to cross. Then the turbulence subsided, leaving only a dull roar. I have decided, however, I can use the chasm to my advantage. Perhaps the heat from the chasm can be harnessed. Even as the chasm has ripped into the surface of this world, it has opened up a whole new world to explore. Although uncomfortably hot, I found it possible to reach a cave in the chasm that has been created, and have now explored deep into that crust of the planet. I have found a vast underground cave system that will take many years to map and explore. I will also look for a safer way to reach the underground than through the chasm wall. This age seems to change on its own, so I feel I should leave it again and see if things are different when I return. It is also important that I check on Cirrus and Akanar and make sure everything is going along well. When I return, I also hope to bring back some tools that I will need for my plans to explore the underground. The abundance of raw materials here is beginning to amaze me. I have returned with some complete tools I knew I would be needing and assumed that I would have to return for more basic materials. However, it seems as though I will be able to find everything I need here. Of course, iron is abundant, but I also have found titanium occurring naturally. I am all but more excited to begin work. Everything is set, and I look forward to tomorrow. My raw materials are all here. I think I will be able to have most of my additions to this age complete within 1 year. I so love working with my hands, whether writing or building. And then it fades out. I began today on the bridge, and I can't read the rest. It's all faded. Something or other. Something load will work well, and I have decided to. And then something with a compass and a radio signal. 3 meters is not enough. Support for the beams, although... don't know. Amazingly strong. And then something about a rocket. Something to be one of my most prized inventions. I am something extremely something. Could never have imagined it came together quite as... don't know. I doubt. Could possibly work 14 instead of 8. Completely fatigued. I am so happy to have completed something or other tomorrow. I am leaving today in order to bring back Cirrus and Akanar. I have left them alone in Channelwood. I believe they'll enjoy all there is to see here. The age seems to have stabilized. I believe the meteor set off a period of volcanic activity by piercing into the shallow crust, but the tremors have become few. I have just noticed that a large amount of this journal has curiously vanished from the very pages on which I write over the last 18 months. Fortunately, I have copied many of my construction notes on another journal. I do not understand the many mysteries of this world, but I trust I will discover logical answers to my questions. I have a feeling that many of my questions can be answered in another age to which I hope to travel soon, but for now I must simply accept the world's mysteries and take pride in my accomplishments. And it looks like a piano keyboard. Anyway, I'll come back to that later. And a map. Nice. So I think all the worlds do kind of interchange to some degree. Right. Another book. Before arriving in this age, I was determined that it would be a journey to the world very different from the previous adventures it was. The sky here is dark and grey and increasingly displays flashes of lightning in the distance. I met a very old man with a long beard and hair that hangs to his waist. He is very feeble and has trouble even moving. This man has obviously been through very many things in this strange world, and I have learned many things from him. He has told me an interesting story of the world's history. What now? My phone's making noises. Sorry, distracted. I thought I had my phone off, but it wasn't on mute. Anyway, that was out too. He has told me an interesting story of the world's history. Years ago, he told me, there was a beautiful city that rose up out of the water. It housed many people in its walls, and the people had everything they wished for. The city was surrounded by 3 high hills, which rose higher than the city. On the east hill of the city rested a large lookout post. The people of the city had constructed the post expecting visitors to arrive from the east. The peoples had no means of travelling on the water, which forced them to merely wait for friend or foe. As time passed, friendly visitors brought rumours of an enemy that existed beyond the horizon. The people grew fearful, yet nothing happened. One day, the usually sunny skies became dark as night, and black ships appeared on the horizon. The lookout's post attempts to peace were turned away, and the sentries that were there were easily overwhelmed. The ships continued to wreak havoc on the city, apparently destroying everyone and everything. After the foundations of the city were destroyed, the city sunk deep into the ocean, and only the outlook post remained. The black ships sailed away. The men continued to say that 8 people had managed to survive through the attack, and in the 9 years since the attack, 2 of the survivors had died. He also said that it was rumoured that 10 years from the attack the enemy would return to finish the destruction they had started long ago. I have decided since hearing this man's story, it would be admirable to save this civilization and stop the enemy's plan of destruction. I am excited about the adventure that awaits me, and an idea has sparked into my mind to provide the needed defense for these people. I met the remaining survivors today, and I have begun work on a plan for protection. Is that like a door, or is that a top-down view of a fort? After a short absence, I have returned to this age with my 2 sons. They have, as of yet, travelled rarely with me, and they are understandably excited to be here. They have grown considerably since Ever Dunes, and it is already obvious to me that they will be a great help in this time, instead of the nuisance that they have been in the past. All 3 of us, along with the 4 of the healthier survivors, began construction today. We are building upon the city's ruins, which will provide the perfect foundation for our fortress. My sons have been spending much of their spare time on the south of the island, where most of the materials are stored. I am very pleased with their intelligence, and their creativity is refreshing to see. They work with small projects of their own. It has been over 4 months now, and construction is going well. My sons love the world, except for its grey sky. They detest the grey sky, and tell me many times they wish the sky were like the blue sky in Myst. The old man I first talked to tells me that the enemy is due in 4 months. I feel we will be ready when the time comes. The man reminds me of Emmett. In many ways, I often wonder how Emmett and his people are doing. It has been 6 months of work, and we have finally finished the fortress. It rests between the 3 hills, which are now only islands due to the rising water level that the people experienced after the attack. Inside the fortress, I have designed a most intriguing device. It makes use of the technology called holography. I began experimenting with it in my own visits to Aspermere. It will be working in a couple of days after I compensate for some small miscalculations. This holographic device will enable the survivors to learn and use the fortress. Power, brick slope, back brick slope. The enemy is due to come soon, and I trust the fortress will provide sufficient protection for us all. Cool. Looks like a giant key. Track. It's cool looking. Love the creativity in this game. The black ships have come. Their attack was substantial. Their weapons have been stopped, and it appears that they have turned away in defeat. I could not help but smile as I watched the boats leave. Insignia of the black ship. Last night we had a small celebration, and the old survivors danced their dances of old. My sons did not understand why the sky had not turned back to its original blue. The old man told them that if the storms would never end until the enemy was destroyed. I assured my sons that the blue sky was not worth the risk of death, and they seemed to hear me. I have had a healthy adventure and have begun work on a new book once again. I must leave a familiar age in search of a new universe I have begun. But first I will have an extended time with Catherine, whom I miss very much. I must also return to the people of Tide. I believe my travels I have found a substance that will ease the pain of their bone ailments that they have long endured. I hope to return to mechanical age one day and find the population growing and my fortress still strong. Though the sky may always be black, I am confident the people here will feel a heavier darkness has been lifted from their shoulders. And the last one. Fancy. Looks like a fireplace with blinds. Puzzles. Okay, I'm sure this will make sense at a later stage. Cool, alright. What have we got here? Do I need to take a picture? Might as well. Don't think I could take a picture of the book, could I? Static. So I guess I need to like collect pages. Can I... Huh. Cool. There's nothing in here. Alright. Interesting. So, what have you got? Okay, that's a ship that sunk. Okay, bird, that was one of the constellations. Was there a particular order that I was supposed to do this in? Tricky? I'll come back to that. What do we got in here? A whole lot of nothing? Hello? Not sure if there's like actual danger in this. Huh. I found the generator room. What is you? Okay, more puzzles. Can't open that. Power. Power to ship. Generator switches. Aha. That one's not plugged in as it's supposed to be. Okay, didn't like that one. Alright, again, I'll come back to this later. Moment, I'm just sort of exploring. So there'll be a lot of puzzles to solve. Actually, I don't know that I have too much time to now, but I'll definitely take a look at everything. Alright, beep. PSI. Lighthouse, maybe? Alright. How do I check my photo album? Here we go. Accidentally took a photo of that. So... Okay. What else do I have? That's a door down to the generator room, maybe? Might delete that one. I don't think I need it. I took it accidentally. Okay. So... Aha! The tree, little lighthouse. I can't actually go around it. Can't clicky on it. So, that's the tree. Kind of feel like I don't have enough information yet. Rather just standing there staring at it, let's just explore what else is here. Oh, okay, I can set the time. Okay, did I set the time or is that a timer? Whatever, it's noisy. Okay, so then... Do I need to turn the power on before I try and solve puzzles, or... Is a rocket ship? Okay, so I... Oh, there's a button. I was gonna say, I guess I need to turn the power on before I can enter. Okay, so turn the power on first, I guess. Now, which one had the constellations? Was there a particular... Ah, this map is updated. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so I guess I haven't discovered the lighthouse thing out there yet. Let's have another quick look down here. Because I think there was an up and I didn't go up. Oh no, that's just the roof and I can't go there. Here we go. I'm on the roof. Is there something else in here or is it only... It only went down. Okay. So... I need a time for that. I need a PSI thing for that. I need... Just have a quick look at the books again. Can I interact with this at all? Oh. Interesting. Okay. I don't think I want to go jumping into the other worlds just yet. That looks like the generator room. And that looks like that. Yeah, I don't think I actually want to go there yet. Alright, so we have cogs, we have... You're like a windmill type of a thing. You're a lighthouse. You're geodes or whatever they're called. Yeah, that's the mechanical age. What are you again? Okay. And then there's this thing which is just a whole bunch of... Well, I figured out how to get that up. But then I don't know what to do after that. Is there anything to interact with inside of this fireplace? Not like the back wall or anything. No, I can't seem to do anything here yet. Aha. Button. Ah. Interesting. I forget which they were. Okay, can I take a photo? Where's it gone? That one. You. Oh, wrong button. I want this book. And then I'll start at the beginning. Okay. Aha. You can take photo. Let's just try that for now, see what we get. So the first one is ... Is it gonna stay in place if I... So it was that one. I already forget. Photo. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. Good, it does stay. Good. And 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 1, 2. I was trying to do too much at once then. Something like that. It's not quite right. Let's have a look. 1, 2. So it's just 1, 2, 3, and then not that one. So not those two, but that one, and not... Wait. 1, 2, 1, and then a small t. Small t. 1, 2. Is that right? I guess that was wrong. Right. Try again. Okay, let's do this one column at a time. Just the one. Gotcha. Yep. Then it's 1, 1, 2, 1. 1, 1, 2, 1. And then 2. And 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I did that wrong, didn't I? Oh, damn it. Why am I so bad at remembering things? So... Okay, just the 2 and then there's 3. Gotcha. That makes more sense. Is that right? I feel like I'm missing something there. I need like a picture of it separately. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, and then I think that goes more that way, and maybe I should do it by rows. That might make more sense. 2 and 1. then it's 2 and then 2. And then 1, 1, space 2, 1, 1, oops, like so. And then I have 1 and then 4, like so. And then it's just 2. Is that right? And then it's 3 and just 1. Is that right? And it's just not doing anything, or do I have to do something else, or have I done something wrong? I think that does appear to be right, so either it's not what I actually need to put in there, or... Okay, there a specific number that I need to put in there? Because there's like a heap of these. Yeah, there's hundreds of them. Literally hundreds. Right, well, I guess I'll come back to that because I don't want to just be sitting here wasting time on that for now. What do you do? Okay, so it locks onto the tree. It locks onto... I guess that's the ship. Those mechanics. It doesn't lock onto that big circle in the middle. Doesn't lock onto that building. Apparently I haven't discovered the clock thing out there or the generator. And it does lock onto the ship as well. Is there anything above here? Wait, what was that? Okay, so that's all of the different constellations that it was giving me. Can I actually open this ship now that the thing's pointing at it? No. Alright then. So... okay, let's try and find the constellations again. Which ones had the constellations? Oops. the one with the changing ink. Wonder if that's to do with the tree. Where did I see the constellations? Here. Okay. Is there a particular order that they need to be in? So we want the anchor, the eye and the snake, the spider or whatever, and the cross, the arrow and the bird, and then the leaf. Now, did I actually get all of those pictures? I think so. So we want the anchor. The bird was one of them. Was the cross one of them? I think it was. Again, I don't know if this is a specific order that they need to be in, but anyway. There are any that aren't on here. The leaf was last. What are you? The arrow? What are you? Anchor? Spider? Snake? Eye? Right, so the first one is the anchor. Which one's the anchor? You're the anchor down here? That turned off. Is it actually becoming nighttime? So, have a quick look again. Anchor, eye snake, bug cross, arrow bird, leaf. Kind of feel like there should be a bit more of a just wondering if they have different patterns, because this one seemed to have a bit of a pattern. Maybe not. So the anchors should be first, I guess. Although I kind of feel like I need more information to work this out. Do I have to like wait until it's nighttime and look for the different constellations? I just feel like it's getting darker. Don't remember there being a clock anywhere. Unless I just completely missed it. What are we looking at down here again? So I need to, what, balance these or something? Is there something I can just do, or am I supposed to like actually be turning on specific ones? Okay, last time they both turned on. Do I need to like reset it or something? What happened to you? That didn't help. Still can't do that. I feel like these were both doing things before. Do I need to reset it somehow? Generator switches are all labeled. Power to ship, power in general. Oops, I tried to jump. So this is not getting any power. Alright, what if I leave them all on for just that? See if I can change the dial on this thing to something. Oh, that's lit up now. So I wonder if I turn the lever on, or the lever, if it lights it up on that thing. And am I supposed to be focusing on one thing at a time, or can I turn them all on? Actually can't reach that one. That's noisy, and I don't know what time I'm supposed to set it to. Okie dokie, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do for all these puzzles. I've got a whole lot of puzzles, but no information. Can't click on anything. Alright. And again, can I turn this? So, what did that do? Did that change anything down here? Change anything for you? Okay, so this thing does lock onto the tree. Let's take another look. Anything changed? Not that I can see, obviously. Not sure. Maybe this would be a better off-stream game, because I'm just going to be wandering around lost half the time. What do we got in here again? Wait. Oh, button. January. So I need a date or something. Oh, are these the constellations? I see. Okay, so I might be able to work out constellations there, but again, I'm not quite sure what dates and things to be putting in there. And what have we got up here? Is there anything interactable up here? You can turn the lever on and off, and that's about it. Alright. Has anything changed down here? I'm actually gonna have to go soon. But I did manage to download these games and I've been wanting to play them, so I figured I'd take a quick look. Is there anything I can do here? Oh. Myst Studios, hello. Can I get out, please? So, I have a ship. I can't climb up there. Never seen Myst before? It's a fun puzzle game, but I think it'll take me a while to actually puzzle it out. So, got a ship. So I have the different constellations here, and then I can look at the different times in that one and get the constellations, but I don't really know much more what to do with it after that. I also need a time. What else we got here? Do you have any specific clues? They talked about the different inks and colours and things. Not sure if that's going to be relevant. And... well, while I'm here... let's see, can I actually go into any of these? No. Alright. What about you? What? So... who the heck are you?
See you. Miss Akina.
Oh, you're Akina. So Cirrus and Akina are the main guy's sons.
Bring me pages. Forever and ever. Pages.
Okay, you sound like you've lost your mind.
Pages. To me.
I was going to do that, but I'm less inclined to now, you crazy person. Is there somebody in this book? Hello? Are you Cirrus?
You must help me.
Yeah, that's what the other guy said.
Your red page.
Uh-huh.
I can't see. Need a red page. You must. Please bring me. Beg of you, bring page. Help me. I'm serious.
Uh-huh.
Given up long ago. There's one thing I know to be rescued. You must.
Bring your red pages. Got it. Okay, so they're the two sons of the guy that was writing the journals here that we were reading, so I guess we're somebody else. Interesting. So I guess we're following in the footsteps of the main guy? Don't know what the main guy's name is. I know his wife is Catherine and they're his two sons, Cirrus and Agar. Aganar. I think the Myst series has been around for quite a long time. Oh, hello. Who are you? Okay. So, what information do I have already? That I took accidentally, so actually let's delete it. I don't need that one. So I have these puzzles. I need a clock time to get over here. I mean, I could just try and force it, but that's not much. Then we have the generator down here. Got the different constellations here, but again, I don't know what dates to put into that thing. I don't think I can get into the rocket yet. Let's have another look at this. Okay, so that's now on here. Am I missing something over here? Also, what do you hook onto? You get onto the... Okay, interesting. Can I climb this? I can. I took a photo of it. Rightio. Do I need to reset all of these or something? That's not doing anything. Can I get down, please? Help. I can take a photo, but I can't get down. What do you want from me, game? Why am I stuck up here? Help. I'm stuck. Oh, there we go. I had to click on it again. Okay, phew. What's the time? I'm gonna have to go soon. I think I have a little bit longer. Now, what other puzzle pieces do I have? So the idea is I have to find the different pages to rescue the two sons, I guess. What do you tell me? Anything? Not really. Uh-huh. So that's like C, D sharp. I don't remember how that works. I also haven't seen anything for that yet. Did you have any dates and things, I wonder? 10 years? But 10 years from when? Do you have any dates? What have we got here? Is there anything here? Take a photo of it. So I know they sort of mention, you know, it's been a few days, a few months, a few years, but I'm not seeing any actual dates. And everything keeps sinking into the ocean. Sort of a running theme here. Let's think. I also have that puzzle, but again, I don't know which number I need to be plugging into it. Is there anything on the cover? No. Also can't turn that one on because I don't know what time to put in. I feel like I'm missing a whole chunk of information here. January. Now is that the year and then that's the hour and the minute that I need to be putting in here? January 1st, but I can only affect the time? Oh, I see. I could just plug in random things, but I feel like I need an actual date to start with. I can't interact with this, and I can't really read it. Anything on there? I forget when the original game came out. This one's sort of a newer version, I think, on Steam that I got with the summer sale. But it's a really old game. It's one of those games where you had it on CD or whatever, and then you had to like change over the CD halfway through because the game was too big for the CD. The grave was written in symbols. I don't think I can actually read it. Oops. I can't click on it or anything. I'm gonna take a photo. Don't know. Don't know if that's decipherable or not, but anyway. Just want to be able to do something. So again, I feel like I'm gonna need more information. Can I get up here and do this? Let's see if I can interact with this thing. Oh, I feel like that this would totally blow me off the ladder if it actually did anything. Electricity is not really something you want to play around with. So, I flipped the switch on that one. I got stuck on the tree. I flipped the switch on that one. Is there another one I need to flip the switch on? Don't seem to be able to do anything here. Is there anything off the side that I can go and do? No. So I did have the two generators, but one of them sort of blew up and I don't know how to fix it. You're on a trip and Oz, nice. So... Nope. Ugh. I feel like I'm missing so much information here. What have I missed? Let's have another look down here. There's nothing in there, was there? So, alright, what if I turn all of these ones off? What does that do? Nothing. Why are you not working anymore? How do I fix you? Still can't interact with these. There's something else I can click on. Because originally these were both turning on, but then I think I broke that one, but I don't know how to unbreak it. Also, I don't seem to be able to crouch or anything. So we've got constellations here for this, but I need a way to decipher which constellations I need. There's potentially constellations in that thing, but I don't have any dates. Then I have a book with 100 codes for the back of this thing. But again, I don't know which one I actually need to put in. No other clue. Now I don't remember if you actually have to choose which one of the guys you release. Like I said, I played this game years ago, but I sort of don't really remember much. The rocket I can't get into yet. The clock thing I haven't unlocked. The ones in the middle there don't have anything to lock onto. I can lock onto the tree, but it doesn't seem to do much. What have we got in here again? I've got PSI, which didn't change at all, even though I can rotate this thing. I'm wondering if I need to like plug something in. Although I can't seem to interact with it. All that's showing me is the tree, which didn't seem to do anything. Let's see, is there anything I can do with you? You're way down there. I can't move around it. No numbers on there or anything. PSI doesn't change. This I can't interact with. Doesn't do anything except for trying to turn the handle, but that doesn't achieve anything. So either... Oh, I spin it. Gotcha. So I need a 3-digit code for that. I can turn you back on. That makes noise. Doesn't seem to be doing anything to the tree though. Is there something out the back happening now? Oops. I keep trying to jump and end up taking a photo instead. So I've got a lot of time-related puzzles, but again, I don't specifically have an actual specific date and time to put in things. Unless there's something on the back of this. Huh. Okay. Hey, interesting. again, I just don't know which date I'm supposed to be looking for. My assumption at the moment is that I need to find date and time code, and then I can put it into there, get the different constellations, and then work out which constellations I need to put in here. But I don't know where to get the original codes from. And I am actually going to have to leave it soon, so I'll probably try and do some more streaming on the weekends, because I'm tied up with other stuff throughout the week. But, yeah, just wanted to have a quick look at the game. It's going to be a real puzzler, I think. I don't know if I'll do it on stream or make videos. Not sure. Just don't want to bore everybody more than anything with me just running around going, what do I do? But there's like a whole series in the game, and I've been looking forward to playing them. Got Myst, and then Riven is the second one. Then there's Myst 3, Myst 4 maybe, and then there's like a remastered. So, yeah, definitely want to get into playing these games, but I'll probably focus on the weekends, and then I might do some other casual gameplay of just doing nothing much, but just something kind of a thing. But I think I do have to go now, so thank you for being here. Sorry it was a bit of a shorter stream, although I've been going for an hour and a half. That's not too bad. Anyway, remember, you are an amazing person. You have a unique light to sparkle into the world, and no one can replace you. Shine on, my friends. I'll see you next time. Bye.